Northern State experienced a 42.06% debt reduction from 1.89 trillion naira to 1.14 trillion naira as a result of the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administration. The remarks were contained in a statement issued by the ministry on Wednesday during his presentation to the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation at a two-day interactive session on government citizen engagement held in Kaduna. This is coming as the Arewa Consultative Forum ACF has alleged that the northern region is being marginalized in the federal budget allocations and infrastructure development under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The chairman of the ACF Board of Trustees, Bashir Dalhatu, who claimed during a presentation of a two-day interactive session on government citizen engagement organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation in Kaduna State, said that the North has been sidelined in key policy decisions and project implementation, despite the region's huge support for President Tinubu in the 2023 general elections. And it has gone on and on like that, where several northern stakeholders have come on in support or against the President Bola Tinubu, saying the North has been marginalized, and some are against that statement. Some people might argue that the North eats more of the national cake than every other parts and tribes in Nigeria because of the numerical political power they have in the country. So that is what we're talking about today. Northerners divided over Tinubu's campaign promises to the North, especially in terms of infrastructure. You can call me Solo, you can call me Mr. Solo, you can call me Souls, you can call me Mr. Souls, but officially I am Solomon Ofem. Welcome to the show. Quickly, let me introduce my guest who will be helping us dissect, because he has a very short time to talk to us today. He's having another meeting by 2, so I'll quickly introduce him and we will start talking, after which the phone lines will be open and of course you will start making your contributions. I have Evan Sofeli, a legal practitioner and a current affairs analyst, joining us on matters today. Barrister Ofeli, thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay, so where do we start from? Over the last 2 weeks, we've had several northern stakeholders, past governors and present governors, coming on to make different statements about what the northern region have gained since President Muhammadu Buhari, since President Ahmed Tinubu came into power. I mean, it's been 2 years. And then they've been trying to access the gains that Northerners have had since he came into power. Some persons have come on to said the North has been marginalized, especially in terms of infrastructure. Some have said the North has been marginalized in terms of political appointment, and some have come out to dispute that opinion. What's your opinion about that?
Well, I don't think the North have been marginalized in the Tinubu's administration. I do not think so. Many of the power brokers in the North have been saying that, not just the current one, but also Kwankwaso 2 weeks back.
I think he started that conversation, if I'm not wrong, and then that is a ripple effect of that is what we're seeing now.
Able to handle the economy, as this handle infrastructure,
and even the Lagos Calabar infrastructure you just mentioned, it's a very long-term project. That's if at the end of the day it doesn't become one of the numerous abandoned projects we've seen over the years.
It's a very long project. I mean, a long-term project. You understand? If you want to look at it sectorially and say that your section of the country is marginalized and my own section is, now that they say that the North is being marginalized, what can they point to the South that this government is doing that made them feel so? Because the conversation needs to be complete. You understand? Because communication must be effective. Because in itself, oral expression is 70% of communication. Okay? There are other aspects of communication in this whole thing that we've not heard about, which we need to understand perfectly. If this government had, is fulfilling its mandate, if it's fulfilling its manifesto, we do not need this conversation. We don't need this conversation. If truly the government is working elsewhere and not the north, we would have seen it. We would have seen in that place where the government is working. But as long as we are not able to see what the government is doing anywhere else, it is inferable and safe to say, just like the north is self-marginalized, that is how every other part is marginalized. And the sum total of it is that citizens are marginalized.
Do you think this is a situation of them getting used to successive governments, concentrating a lot on them? I mean, we know what happened in the Muhammadu Buhari administration, where there were lots of accusation of nepotism, where some might say during the Buhari administration he divided this country because of his political appointments and the fact that he does a lot of infrastructure, the few infrastructure you can point out to were mostly concentrated in the north. And despite the havoc that Fulani herdsmen were wrecking on the country, including even some southern parts of the country, he refused to come out to say anything bad about them or even prescribe them as a terrorist organization. And probably they expect the same thing from the Tinubu administration, and they are not saying it, and that is all of a sudden looking more like a marginalization to them.
I think that is what they meant. What they meant to say is that President Tinubu have made lopsided appointments, and that his appointment largely favors the Southwest. That's what they should say. That's what they meant. Because if you look at it truly, the same model that Buhari used is the same model that Tinubu has applied. But when Buhari was appointing only the Northerners, they did not say, you are appointing too many Northerners. I mean, the Northerners didn't say that. Why are you appointing too many Northerners? Nigeria is one. Spread your appointment so that they can be even, so that we can have fairness and equity. They did not say that. They kept quiet. Now that Tinubu is there, now appointing only from the Southwest, largely so, they are not complaining. It's hypocrisy. It shows it demonstrates lack of patriotism. You understand? Because injustice to one is injustice to all. They should have raised the line when Buhari was appointing people from the north. They did not do that. Now they are chasing Tinubu that it's marginalizing them. I don't think that is marginalization. The nepotistic approach of appointments seems to have become the norm in this country. Starting from the kind of appointment that Buhari did, which is so backward, which alleviates a tribe and a section of the country above the other, which is not what the law is. The law does not say that. When you look at section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Constitution admonished that appointments should be spread across different sections of the country to improve inclusivity, and to have a widespread incorporation of people from diverse parts of the country into government, so that you can have a robust administrative appeal. But that is not the case. That has never been the case with Buhari. That has never been the case with Tinubu. The only person who appointed people with some level of equity and justice was Jonathan Yaradua.
Even Obasanjo did the same thing, though.
Obasanjo, yes.
So basically, it's since the APC came into government, apparently.
Yes, Obasanjo did that and all that. So, but for this crop of politicians that we have today, they are doing more damage than good to the country by this nepotistic. You see how evil begets evil. It was happening in your back door, your backyard. You kept quiet. Now it's happening to you. What you condone has come to haunt you. That's exactly what is going on. Nothing like the marginalization has nothing to do with infrastructure. It has to do with appointment. Number of people appointed for one region, another. And they should not be the only one to complain. Because as much as this government appoints a lot of people from the southeast, it has persons from the north too. But there are certain areas of this country where you have virtually nobody, or you have virtually few, maybe because ministerial appointments, state governors, state nominate candidates and the rest of that. Maybe that's why you have a little even spread. Otherwise, it's just so that they cannot be the only one complaining. Other regions have nothing at all in the park. And so, in these regions that have nobody in the park, what would they now do?
Now,
what would they do?
Now, the Arewa Consultative Forum, obviously a powerful organization in the north, lent their voice to the discourse. And of course, as expected, they were one of those that have alleged that the north has been marginalized, and the organization underscored the marginalization of northern Nigeria by the Tinubu administration, citing the federal budget figure, where out of 1.013 trillion naira allocated to road project in the 2025 budget, only 24 billion naira, less than 1%, was earmarked for road project in the northeast. It's interesting that he only called one aspect of the north, which is the northeast, having less than 1% in the budget. And of course, they also say, in addition to its natural disadvantages, northern Nigeria also suffered from age-old neglect by the federal government in relation to development of transportation infrastructure in the country, using the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the second Niger Bridge as talking points against, of course, in addition to some other talking point. And it's also a very interesting example when you consider we in the south know how dangerous the Lagos Calabar Expressway has been, despite the billions of naira earmarked every month for the rehabilitation of that road.
Yes, very well. If you are talking about road and they are saying out of the whole budget, a very small amount of budget, they should look at the nature of the roads. By way of analysis, there are long-lasting and better roads in the north compared to the south because of the topography. So, are you saying that government should go and put road where there is none? Existing roads in the budget are budgeted. They will have more. You have less bad roads in the north. So it naturally it will gain little. The funds that may be needed to fix the north might not be the same with the south, because the roads do not last longer and they have better roads in the north. You understand? So they cannot be comparing what is being spent in the north with the other figure that is being spent in the south. You understand? Because those budgets were based on existing roads and new ones. Okay? The ones in the south are based on existing roads and new ones. So if it turns out that what they are spending in the north is smaller, it is not because of injustice or inequality. It is because the number of roads that should be taken care of by the budget maybe are less than the ones in the south, and maybe the ones in the south are much more badly damaged than the ones in the south. That's how it is. Because of the topography and the environmental factors, if you factor that in. So for me, I don't think it has anything to do with any inequality or injustice. It is the nature of things that will necessitate the kind of budgeting that you're going to have. What government intends to do in a location. If the cost is lower, it doesn't mean the government should want to raise the cost to be equal with another angle, just because you don't want to run the risk of being called unjust leader. So if a road is going to cost 10 billion in the north, and you have one in the south that's going to cost 20 billion, So it means in the north, we have to go and increase it to 20 billion too, because the south only 20 billion. That's not a very good way to look at this objective. What it will cost is what it will cost. The road itself, if it's bad, what it will cost is what it will cost. And if there are disparities by the contractors and by all things being equal, it doesn't then mean that government is unjust. I don't think that argument is viable.
And finally, before we let you go, some people might argue that the North eats more of the national cake, than every other parts and tribes in Nigeria, irrespective of the administration, irrespective of whether it's civilian government or military government, because of the numerical political power that they have. Do you believe in that
That's
opinion?
true. That's true. More money has been spent in the north than the south in this country. When you look at the prosperity in the south, it's private driven. The development and the workings and the things you see in the south are all private driven, majorly. You understand? It's not like that in the north. The north is usually government driven. Almost 90% of projects you see going on in the north are government driven. So the north has had more fair share of this whole thing called our national commonwealth. And so they should be able to calm down and allow for government to do what they ought to do, and not always rush to the press to say they are being marginalized. When you look at the number of years Nigeria has been governed, we've had more northern leaders than any other part in the country. And they have been the ones in power for a very long time, controlling the commonwealth of this country. But when you compare it with the prosperity therein, you will now see that there's a deficit of development and prosperity in the north, where a lot of resources have flowed to. And now that they have insurgency that has also destroyed the facades of existing blocks that have been built over the years, they shoot themselves in the foot. They came and recently they started agitating for their own North Development Commission, just because you have the NDDC that advocated for it and they got it. They got it. They are still not developing as they should. So the arguments put forth by them, those arguments failed the test of legal reasoning. They failed the test of logic and legal reasoning, because at most points there are errors of reason. There are bad arguments, and these bad arguments are not they are not viable. They can't stand the test of proper reasoning.
Some may argue that the reason why that is not just because of how the federal government's supposed bias, but because of the fact that the state governments in those regions try as much as possible to do what is right for their people, compared to governors and leaders in the south. I mean, you use the Development Commission as an example. The Niger Delta Development Commission has been on for decades, and despite trillions on trillions of dollars, not even in naira now, that's been earmarked for that region over the years. The region has remained one of the most underdeveloped region in Nigeria, because most of the leaders in that region siphon this money, compared to the north and the leaders in the north.
Yes, you are right. You are right that even the development commission you have in the south have not developed the south. The development commission you have not developed the south. The easy development you see in the south is private individual, is private driven. That's what I'm saying. It's driven by private people. So we're saying the same thing. All I'm saying is that the north have always argued that the development in the south is caused by the commissions they have, which are not in the north. Now, that commission has been given to them.
Now the point I'm trying to make is, because of that example, you can't exactly blame or credit the federal government, in on that. It's instead.
No, I'm not blaming the federal government. I'm saying the north itself. How far have they gone with even the commissions handed over to them, which have agitated all the while that they need to have to be at par with the south? So they can now see that it's not development commission that is driving development in the north, in the south rather, but that there are other factors and other variables that are doing that. So it is not right for them to keep up the argument that they have been marginalized. Because each time the Southeast talk about marginalization, the North and the Southwest always come out to say what exactly is the marginalization in this whole thing. You understand? Because even if you are talking about appointment in this particular government, how many people from the Southeast was appointed? Apart from Bianca Ojukwu and one or two ministers, who else again is from the Southeast that is actually uh, uh, appointed under this government? But the North, you have many of them, and they are still agitating that they are marginalized. But when the Southeast say they are marginalized, they don't want to hear it. You know, so I think this is not their cry is not tenable.
Unfortunately, we have to let you go, which we can talk more about. Remember, you told me you have another appointment by 2.
Yeah.
So which we can talk more indeed. It's also a pleasure talking to you, Barrister Ofili. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
That was Evans Ofili, a legal practitioner and a current affairs analyst. There are so many questions, there are so many angles to this topic we needed to talk about with a professional. I don't know, we'll probably have to talk about it again. But it is now time for you to have your say. And in case you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let me quickly reintroduce us to the topic. The Northerners are divided over Tinubu's campaign promises to the North, especially in terms of infrastructure. So, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, has said that the 19 northern states experienced a 42.06% debt reduction from 1.89 trillion naira to 1.14 trillion naira as a result of the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administration. The remarks were contained in a statement issued by the ministry yesterday during his presentation to the Sakmando Bello Memorial Foundation at a 2-day interactive session on government citizen engagement held in Kaduna. He also noted that the debt profile of the 36 states and Abuja was reduced by 33.4% from 8.5 trillion naira to 3.8 trillion naira under the president's deft financial engineering. The foundation's engagement was to evaluate Tinubu's election promises to its members, attracting key northern ministers including Bagudu, the Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris, the Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kiari, as well as the National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Badu. This is as the Arewa Consultative Forum ACF has alleged that the northern region is being marginalized in federal budget allocations and infrastructure development under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The chairman of the ACF Board of Trustees, Bashir Dalhatu, claimed this during a presentation of a 2-day interactive session. Now, this also started from previous other conversation in terms of these that has spiraled out of control. Some people might argue that the North eats more of the national cake than every other parts of and tribes of Nigeria because of the numerical political power they have. What do you think? The number to call is 070 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903 or 003 692 9933. Again, 003 692 9933. Or better still, the weather has been spotted today, so there is a tendency for us to have network issues when you call. So you have an alternative phone number via WhatsApp to call or text us, and the number is 081 717 56338. Again, 081 717 56338. Okay, we have our first caller for the day. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Just calling from Aja.
Sorry?
Chooks calling from Aja.
Chooks.
From Aja.
We can hardly hear you. Okay, go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
What else do we say from all the rhetoric since morning, from all the Yoruba people to the Kami today, and to you now, I'm telling you the truth of the matter that we don't need to overflow the maladministration of this present government. But the way forward is what we should focus, and that is the people of the moment now, Obi and Atiku. How do we now cross the bridge? That is, we should spend our energy in that direction. Because
hello.
now,
Hello. It looks like you missed the topic we were talking about. Today has nothing to do with Peter Obi or Atiku. We're talking about allegations from northerners that Tinubu has not done enough for the northern region since he came into power. So, what do you think about that? That's what we're talking
and
about
that is
today.
that is what we are talking about. All this, they are interwoven. Everything is it pointing towards 2027. Their own because now they feel they are losing out, which it is not. Okay, you want to tell me that it is not a tribal issue. Let me just tell you, our problem is not tribal. It's not tribalistic. If it is tribalistic, Usodima will not be supporting Asiwaju. If it is tribalistic, Akpabio will not be fighting tooth and nail, which we say that Asiwaju should return. It is not. It is not a matter of north and south. But one point that I want to bring out is that if there is an unwritten document, if this opposition, they cannot resolve that problem, the North can capitalize on it.
Okay.
That there is an there, and that's the matter. Good afternoon.
Hello. Okay. Thank you very much for your call and your opinion. I hope you got that. I could hardly pick out what he was saying. Okay, we've got more calls. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Charles from Festa.
Who? Sorry.
Charles from Festa.
Okay, Charles from Festac. Okay, talk to us, sir.
Yeah. The North are crying now. But when their brother was in power, although I'm not a supporter of Tinubu, but when their brother was in power, they were not crying.
Their brother being the Buhari, right?
Buhari, yes, was in power. They were not crying. Because this nepotism, Buhari started it. So, Tinubu now elevated it to another level. So when he takes the key position, because they are collected most of the things from his section, the northerners were controlling. Like Nemasa, customs, immigration, whatever. They were in charge. Then now he has removed those things from their hand and gave it to his own brothers from Southwest there. So all these things, what happened to the Southeast and South? Nobody is talking about. When you talk of South, it's only Southwest that is benefiting and everything. From 1999 to date, it's only Southwest that is benefiting when they talk of, the son of South, he's son of North, he's son of South, South. What happened to other region in the South? The South is the only Southwest. If you take from now, by 2027, it will be complete 20 years that the Southwest has occupied Aso Rock. From Obasanjo 8 years, Osibanjo 8 years as vice president in Aso Rock. Tinubu 4 years now, by 2027 in Aso Rock. That is 20 years. So if you win next election, it becomes 24 years. So what happened to other region? We don't have Jonathan become president. If not for David Mark, the doctor of necessity, Jonathan presidency wouldn't have been possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to WhatsApp, see if we can pick some of the calls I'm seeing here. Hello. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we bless God.
Okay, that is the name where you're calling from.
This is Paul from Egbeda. King Solomon.
Yes, sir. Paul from
The
Egbeda.
truth is that
Okay.
the political elite of this country do not see Nigeria as one nation. If you are privileged to have been outside this country and see how the political leaders of those countries cherish their people, not minding whether it's from the east, west, north, and south, but representing the nation, you will know that we have a problem here. That is just the bitter truth. And to make the matter worse, APC have divided Nigeria more than even the Civil War did. Because look at the account of PDP. From 1999 they took over. Tribalism was almost dead in Nigeria. I can tell you that. And any person that is truthful, that is in Nigeria, will tell you, in the time PDP was leading this country, tribalism was almost eliminated. There was no region that did not benefit in the 16 years of PDP leadership of this country. Immediately APC came in, we began to notice nepotism in our appointment. Okay, look at what Tinubu is doing now. Imagine a fire service director general. He appointed a Southwest, just like the previous caller said. Does it mean it's only Southwest that exists in the South? And when we are talking of power rotation, was it not the same Southwest that ganged up with the North against Jonathan in 2015? Did they not know or remember that it was the turn of the South to complete 8 years officially by Jonathan? But the Southwest abandoned the Southeast and South and gang up with the North to remove Jonathan from completing his 8 years. And now they are singing a song. It is the turn of the South. It is the South must complete their 8 years. That is hypocrisy. All the whole oil companies in Nigeria, where do they have their corporate offices? Does Lagos State have oil that Nigeria is drilling? Which of them have their corporate offices in the South and Southeast, where the oil is coming from? So when we are talking of the South, people should be real. It is the Southwest that is benefiting. The South is benefiting absolutely nothing. Tell me the developmental project that is going on in the South and Southeast. Just mention one.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Let me see if I can pick more WhatsApp calls. Okay. There's none now. Let me go back to normal WhatsApp call. Hello.
Hello, Big Solo.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us in the show.
Yeah, this is Lucky Boy calling from Ladipo.
Lucky Boy from Ladipo. Talk to us, sir.
Yes. See, this one that the North are crying for, that they are being marginalized. It's making me to wonder, what about the ones that they call whether dot in the circle? If the Northerners are crying for, what about the Southeast? What of South? All these political appointments that our president has been appointing, is it not the North and the Southwest? How many people has he appointed from the Southeast and South? They are crying me foul. Oh,
okay, Sammy. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, I'm seeing a call from WhatsApp. Let's see if I can pick that. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you clearly. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay. My name is Sonny. I'm calling from Casablanca.
Sonny from Casablanca. Okay.
Ones I usually contribute to this program are enlightening.
Okay.
I want to say this, Mr. Solomon. You see, Nigeria as it's constituted, like I usually say, that we are just pretending to each other. We are full-time divided. Anyone who says to you that one Nigeria is a slogan of deception, it's a deception. He's the most deceptive human being who mentioned that word, one Nigeria. Like where nobody say one Morocco or one England or one France. So, but because those who want to deceive you, who are drilling the oil, who are capturing the tax payment, people's money, the money of the country, they are the ones singing that one Nigeria. Just a slogan to keep on draining others, the parasites. And we know those who don't want to do anything, who don't want to be creative. We know them. Who only source of income is politics. Who only source of income is public fund. Who make their billion only through public fund. Who cannot work anything out by themselves, if not through public fund, through taxing or extorting or or collecting from people and collecting from the resources of the country. It's unfortunate. Even in the next 100 years, if Nigeria remains together, it will not make any progress. And I'm afraid with this tribal division, bigotry that has started in full since 2019. Because some people are saying that because of it contested and all that. No, it's not because of Obi. For those who are bringing bigotry into Nigeria today, it's not because of Obi. In 2019, there was fight. They fought some tribe in a particular place in Lagos simply because they are voting someone, in fact, someone who is also from the north. Those who fought them was supporting Buhari. They fought them, they killed some people and all that. That was in 2019. Now they want to say, no, it's 2023 that Igbo say Lagos is no man land. By 2027, another Muslim will come. They will say, Igbo say Lagos is no man land. Then when you call them, ask and say, please, so respond to us. Who among the Igbo group say Lagos is no man land? Is it an Igbo organization? Is it Ohanese? Is it Eastern governors? Who are they? Who are they that say that Lagos is no man land? They can never mention. It's a dear fellow talk. But it become a national issue. People like Reno Mokri and all that carry them. It become a really, really serious issue. So it has become a way to blackmail the Igbo after every election. So I know that this is a little bit different from what you are saying, but it's part of it. Nigeria is going nowhere. Watch out by 2027, before 2027, that the slogan Igbo say Lagos is no man land. When you ask them, when did Igbo say this? In which forum? In which Igbo legitimate organization? Is it the members of National Assembly? Is it the Igbo governors? Is it Ohanese? They will not tell you. They see that Igbo say Lagos is no man land.
Okay.
Just they said Igbo people business ablaze, destroy things, all out of envy. Jealousy, cannot produce.
Now, despite all these issues, I just want to be optimistic that things will be better. I don't want to be one of those pessimists that things will never get better. I just want to hope things will get better despite the issues were going on right now, and despite some of the tribal sentiment and some few bigots Nigerians that are trying to create division in this country. I just want to be optimistic that things will always get better. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, let's pick more calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for
The
asking.
wise one.
Yes, sir. Tell us your name, where you're calling
My
from.
name is The Truth. I'm calling from Moshe.
Day 2 or the truth?
The Truth. The Truth. The
Okay,
Truth.
I was kidding. Talk to us, sir.
Now, the injustice in this country, that's what is causing division. When things between three sons is not shared equally, there will be rift. That's what is happening between the major three types in Nigeria: the Igbos, the Hausas, the Fulani, and the Yorubas. Concerning the ACF, if you listen to their 2 days meeting from the northern part, they make it a choice that no Igbo man, go and write it down, no Igbo man will step into the presidency in this country. If Obi One, the INEC and the judiciary, they are ready to frustrate the evil people. So the truth is bitter. I'm telling you the truth. But they won't like it. So let each who are fighting for to go to, let them go so that we can control ourselves. There is no unity. We don't have one Nigeria. There is no one Nigeria. It's defeat.
But you and but you and I have a responsibility to make sure that is not so. Instead of giving up and
it will happen. You go and write it down. Write it down.
I don't want to believe that. I'm not going to write it down. I will choose to be optimistic and try my best to make sure this will Nigeria continue.
Since the amalgamation of this country, I'm 78 years. Since the amalgamation, you just go and read the book written by Dr. One of your analysts there, concerning the way the Igbo have been treated, and it will continue. So I'm telling you the truth.
I'm going to agree with you with one thing, that there tend to be a mismatch in terms of in terms of how Nigerians were formed, but this is this is where I tend to be trying not to blame colonial masters too much, because Nigeria is not the only country that have that problem. I think India even have way more issues, in terms of mismatch than us, Nigeria. But somehow, and despite their own issues, they've tried as much as possible to unite despite the multiple differences, and there's so many other countries like that. But we keep looking for someone to blame, and we think the colonial masters are the easiest target and blame. I mean, the colonial masters did a whole lot of terrible things, and caused a whole lot of atrocity. But how long are we going to keep blaming them? How long are we going to keep blaming them when there are several other countries that had the same issues, but they found a way to make their country better?
Nigerians, we are greedy and we are selfish. You don't have the
exactly. We should blame ourselves. We can only blame the colonial masters for so much and for so long.
All right, so about you.
Okay, thank you.
If you read Dr. Pira, who wrote the 100 years or whatever, you see the truth there. The truth is there.
Thank you very much.
Solomon,
thank you.
The wise man. The wise one. The King Solomon.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you, sir. Okay, we have some messages on our YouTube stream. You can also follow us. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903 FM. Just click on your YouTube, whether from your mobile phone or your computer, and when you click, go to the search button and just type VOP903 FM, and it will take you to our YouTube channel, and then you can go click on the live session and you can follow our conversations there. We have a Chika Tony that says Nigeria will be great again only when we do something differently. I tend to agree with that. We have to do something differently, and this country will be great again despite all our issues. So you can go there and drop your conversations there, and of course I'll be here to read them. Let me go to WhatsApp and read some messages I have here. The Northerners are not truthful with themselves in terms of infrastructure. This government has not done anything to any region. They're only trying to hide under this to pour their frustration because of Tinubu one-sided appointment, which is a footstep of Buhari. John from Ijaniki. Thank you very much, John, for your message. My name is Binta from Ilasa Maja. Okay, this message is not for matters. Ikenna from Ikorodu, I can see this nation will not grow with this sentiment. If the North is calling for a marginalization, what do they say about the Southeast who have not had any president for years? The problem with the North is that they always complain when appointment doesn't favor them. The North has enjoyed more appointment than any other region. They should stop complaining and enjoy this government while it lasts. The comrade Levite Akpan from Amuwo Doffin. Thank you very much. Let's pick more messages, more calls rather. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the show.
This is what I'm calling from 7 and 8.
Okay, talk to us, sir.
So, see, what that man is telling you is truth. Yeah, see, you are seeing what is happening here. We are not one Nigeria. Let me tell you, if Obi win this 2027 election, they are not going to give it to him. Even if they give it to him, there will be problem. Instead, they will call for war. Problem is everything that man told you is truth. You guys are not believing. You don't want to believe.
Now, it's not about believing or not believing it. It's about being optimistic, and it's about each and every one of us doing what we can to make this country better. Cursing or abusing or insulting in the name of telling the truth wouldn't help anyone. Now,
let me tell you one thing. You know that the foreigners have entered inside Nigeria. It cannot work. Yes,
foreigners. How do you mean?
Yeah, Fulanis and the other country, Mali, they are here. They are already talking. Controlling Nigeria. That's why they are going to bring this terrorists.
Do you have proof of that, or you're just spilling conspiracy?
Yes, I have proof.
Then send some of the proof to us. Let's evaluate it.
When the time of open border to them, they came in. So that's why all this killing is happening. So they have already taken over. So,
but this is not Buhari's administration. This is Tinubu's administration. So why do you think he's not done anything to close those borders? Hello? Oh, he's gone. Good afternoon, Velvet Voice on Radio, Mr. Solomon. Oh, now I'm blushing. Please, I wish you can stick 1 minute for each caller to accommodate many more callers. It's unhealthy to be hearing the same opinion day in, day out. It becomes boring. Ernest is a chuku from Akonwojo. Okay, I'll take that in mind. Hello?
Hello, voice of the people.
Hello, sir. Tell us your name, where you're calling from.
My name is Mr. OK Adrimonye. I'm calling for Ladipo right now.
Okay, Mr. OK, thank you for joining us on the show. Talk to us.
I believe if I get it right one day. I believe that the problem I have with this present government, when the Northerners complain, one another will say they are doing tribalistic. When the Southerners criticize, they say they are obedient. They are the master of criticism when Jonathan was there. Why are they not allowing Nigeria to vent their anger? You greet a child and say the child has to not cry. Everybody, not and south are crying. The government should focus and make life better for average Nigeria. How we're begging to remove is not much. Let there be security. Let things be okay. Let money have value. Is it too much to ask for a government? Why are they in government? We should do that for us. We should do it for you. I don't believe in certain governor or president or nothing. No. Who will make this okay for us? The left are crying, the south are crying. And the people should not criticize the government. They should listen to us. Listen to radio like this. For what? To know what people are feeling. Should be to go to the market by itself. And prices to know that things are expensive. People are crying, homes are breaking. One husband and wife, because it's much. Others want to take it again. Is it we voted for? This is democracy. It's not democracy. People cannot even eat 2 square meals a day.
Okay.
So please let them stop attacking people who criticize government. They're not criticizing government because we hate them. Government is continuous. Tinubu will try 8 years, he will go. But for something will touch him. I want to talking about. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us on the show, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tell us your name, where you're calling from.
My name is Adibayo from Alagbado.
Adibayo from Alagbado. Okay, talk to us.
Yeah, I don't have much to say, but the first thing I want to say is that, you see, I want my people from the East to know that Yoruba don't hate them. We don't hate them at all. First of all, they should go and erase that from their mind. Look, what you use people to develop, because you allow you people to develop in my business. I have really both who are good to having both long time. They are wonderful people. But the only thing I realize that two of them, each time they go to another state, when they are blessed there, they don't live low. You understand what they do not live low. Look at what is happening in Ghana now. It's not the man that go and be palace there, call himself Asia of Igbo that is causing problems for Nigeria there now. I know that honestly Igbo say any Igbo that is out of Igbo land should not call himself, he does not give me any title. They should not live low, do their business and go and live in the place peacefully. Indeed, Nigeria today, they recognize it's a state of origin. If you go to what do you call it? It's a super garage in Onisade and begin to say that there is no mass land. And what do you think that Igbo will feel? What do you think they feel about this? This is what we are hearing in Nigeria. This is what we are. That is the origin is recognized in Nigeria. People know we don't rate them, but anywhere they were, whether in Nigeria or anywhere, this will leave you when you are bringing the place. Leave you is not your place. Look at when the president was welcomed, when they ever welcome president in this that thing. It's not welcome to Igbo land. It's a fact of the truth. It is Igbo land. But if you leave Lagos here,
hello, sir.
Hello, let me
sir.
When you leave, yes.
Now, this is the thing we're talking about, one Nigeria. When it comes to one Nigeria, there is no controversy about man's land or no man's land. You know, so it's not now we all have a strength and weaknesses in terms of character, and we all have different characters.
Very well.
Just like we have bad Igbos, we have good Igbos. Just like we have bad Yorubas, we have good Yorubas. Just like we have loud Igbos, we have low-key Igbos, and the same thing goes for the Yoruba people. I've come across some very loud Yoruba people. As a matter of fact, two tribes that are the loudest in Nigeria are the Yorubas and the Igbos. It's not an Igbo thing. Yorubas can be very, very loud too, wherever they find themselves, just like we have Igbos. So we wouldn't use the temperament or character of few people to start painting every other tribe or every other people. You know, and what I'm not Igbo, you know, so it's not. I grew up in Lagos, so I'm even more Yoruba than where I'm originally from. And I can tell you one thing that is good about Igbo people, despite some of their some people with bad characters. One thing that is good about Igbo people is they prosper wherever they go, and because of the prosperity, they tend to develop the places that they live in. You know, but of course you still have, you know, few Igbo people that will brag about that and want to claim title, which is, I think it's a national Nigerian thing. We Nigerians generally like titles. We like to give ourselves titles. It's not about a Yoruba or Igbo thing right now. So these Lagos being no man's land, or Igbo people saying this or not saying that, or Yoruba people saying go back to your Igbo this thing or not. I think it's just politicians trying to divide us, and then, you know, and a few tribalistic and nepotic Nigerian people trying to create this divide. I think it's more an artificial thing than actual what is going on.
I mean, Mr. Solomon, I don't normally call, but I feel pain because I know that the majority of people, they are wonderful people. It's only the few that they talk. You see, the way they have to, whether they like it or not, when another person speaks, if you let one thing, leave flow. Now, look, whether you be down there, somebody sold the flow. It's really me that sold the land to you. Let us leave flow. If we have to buy another bride, we have to everybody, whether you like it or not, things of religion is very, very important in Nigeria. That is why it's yes. So what I'm trying to say is that people are not bad. They are not bad. As a matter of fact, look, I can recommend a Igbo man for you today. If Igbo present them, I will start a photo of you. You buy a photo, everybody photo of you. Maybe Igbo man, what is the name of the owner of that here? You get the pick out your car for. Maybe it's an Igbo man. Maybe it's an Igbo man. He was able to present Nigeria all over the place. He has big bridge all over the north and everywhere. This man, the way he helped me with that in the Lagos, nobody will ever forget it. So, advice I'm giving my Igbo brothers that when they are blessed in the state, please just leave you.
Okay.
Whether you like it or it's not your state.
Okay. Thank
when
you.
they leave you, everything will be okay.
Thank you. Thank
the
you
way
very
I
much.
take it, you say Lagos not there, nobody like. Nobody like. The way I take it, it's not the way the other people will take it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
That's
very
the way
much.
I say, please let us live through. Anywhere we are where you are there.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah.
I think this topic is beginning to, spiral into something else. I mean, we're talking about Northerners accusing the alleging that the Tinubu administration, the North has been marginalized rather in this Tinubu administration. But it's all of a sudden the thing is spiraling into an Igbo Yoruba argument, which I don't understand where it's coming from. Let's go back to WhatsApp.
Hello, Solomon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is John Legend calling from Mushi.
John Legend from Mushi. Thank you for joining us on the show. Talk to us.
Yeah. Solomon, let me tell you something. I am an Igbo man. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
I'm saying it in this radio because sometimes it irritates me when people go out there and get titles here and there. You understand? Let me tell you, so let us be realistic. Let us say the fact here without compromising things. All these titles they are collecting, they are just using it for politics. All these my people title they are collecting wherever they go. At the end of the day, they start causing problems, causing nuisance. This is not a way of life. Because I have been in so many places, both Eastern Zone and every other place. Most of all these people, they don't collect all these titles. But whenever you go here, we Igbos, we always invest our money in collecting titles, claiming a king in another person's land. At the end of the day, those people will start envying you. You will see an Hausa man, he only carry his bag at the back. All his properties in his back. He will have no problem with you. You go his way. The Yoruba man will come to your place. He will not buy the whole land, investing all his life in that place. At the end of the day, if anything happens, he will just carry his bag and go away. But every state or every country you will see in this world, most of the people their property are damaged is the Igbos. But they say that everywhere Igbo man go that he want to develop, is they the only people that can develop. Can't they have common sense? Can't Igbo will go to Ghana now as they say, and they are destroying their properties? Can't they have? If most of them don't even have one room in their village. So many of them say when you go to their house, they are living in shanties. They don't have even a good house in their village. But when they go to another person's town, they will develop that place. That is why they're supposed to go to their village, and if anything happens because of their property, they will kill them over that place. Why can't they learn something? But people is there because of their problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, that's a WhatsApp call. Let's see if I can pick one more WhatsApp call. Okay, let's go back to normal calls now. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Hello, King Solomon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining
I
us.
greet you all.
I greet you too.
This is Afunwa calling from Idiri.
Okay, Afunwa Dama, talk to us, sir.
You see, all these titles they are taking for this anywhere where they go. Some of them, when they reach head bridge on it, they go to wear the cap. All these titles, because it's invalid for Igbo land. Some of the whole titles know this village, not only for this Lagos, they can do it proud. Some things where our people they do here, I didn't like it at all. Some people might just see something. Nowhere where person no day. No, in no house when they leak. No how we go enter, we no go see cockroach. So, but sometimes we have to be enduring. Make a those investment what they do here. You go see Igbo man tomorrow, they go say, I want to be the king of the Oba of so place. For waiting for his village, nobody know. No tattoo at ordinary war. They don't get. When they reach the they carry the car, put on for pocket. See what that happen for Ghana now. So make Igbo people they respect. Make our people they respect ourselves. Make people not talk to us anyhow. That's my contribution this afternoon. God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, let's go back to our YouTube stream. We have Mile Des Funds. Okay. Yoruba politicians and Fulani politicians have vowed not to allow Igbo man to rule Nigeria. Femi Kayode said that on interview last year, Yoruba presidency and Fulani presidency always rule with same pattern. Okay. Let's go back to phone calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Solomon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Madam Eunice calling.
Okay, Madam Eunice, thank you for joining us. Talk to us, please.
Every type of people they do not complain. Their complaint is just too much. And all their posts they are getting, and they are not using it to develop their place. They are not using it to help their people to go through or to educate them. It's just for them to grab that power and get that post, so that their people will be coming there to come to say, why can they do that? To come their houses to come and beg, not for development. And they don't think of other people. That is why I'm blaming South and South East. They said they should come out and claim their rights. Not I want to go. I want what is this that we want to go, want to divide. We said the more we claim our rights from government, as outside people is claiming their rights. We go and in South they still claim their rights from government. This is what we need. We should start out and get what we want from government, not with division. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Eunice. Thank you for joining us, for calling, and your contribution. Okay, let's pause for calls for a moment and read some messages. Please, my brother, where is the Nigerian constitution? Does it say Nigeria, a region is turn by turn to rule the country? Doesn't it be the best man for the job? The moment that was agreed by certain politicians, the problem started. But the truth is that Nigeria is a multicultural and multi-religious state, and for there to be peace in the country, turn by turn needs to be done, so one region would not be feeling marginalized. I mean, just like what's happening with some Igbos feeling marginalized because since the inception of this country, most of the presidency and vice presidency has been either a Yoruba person or an Hausa person. How do you think the Igbo persons will feel? So for the sake of avoiding problems and complaints and to stop separatism, a country that is as complex as Nigeria, we need to have a proper turn by turn arrangement, so no parts or no region or tribe or religion will feel marginalized. That's just the truth. President Tinubu doesn't seem to have a policy that will transform Nigeria for good. Enough is enough. Ola from Ikeja. Thank you very much, Ola from Ikeja. Northerners have been the one propagating the ember of division. Still, they complain more than those they thought they are punishing. In the north, some terrorists and pardoned serial killers. Is the same north is the poor people coming after the northerners that have been in leadership for long. It will surprise everyone of Igbo man who rule this country. Chinemere from Agbara. Okay, Chinemere, I'm not sure I understand your statements, but okay, good afternoon, Solomon. Restructuring could bring peace and equity and equality to our country. It's intriguing that some northern citizens, some northerners criticized President Tinubu's government while remaining silent about the previous administration's action. Each region has its concerns, but the southeast has faced significant marginalization. Supporters supporting leaders like Tinubu, like Peter Obi rather, could bring about positive change. Ultimately, good leadership is crucial for our country's progress. Mr. Gumbuyi Edimo. Good afternoon, Solomon. This marginalization and nepotistic and tribalism act was first initiated by Buhari from his ministerial appointment in 2015 to 2023. Unfortunately, your president said he will continue in his legacy, and he has done so 10 times worse. A case study: 2023 elections in Lagos still now look at his ministerial appointment. Yorubas in critical sectors, how many from other tribes? Also, with your first lady demanding 1 billion naira to Yawata massacre victims and other money she's dashing around, including Sheyi. I want to ask, does First Lady and Son Office recognize in the Constitution which money is she donating? Is it hers or Nigerian sweat? It is not vote buying against 2027 election because she has been donating money up and down like Father Christmas in July. Why doesn't this government deal with insecurity so that the IDPs and people can go back to their homes to farm and take care of themselves? Not this cash and carry approach of solving issues in which it will be relooted and not accounted for. It's a shame. The worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Lekon from Lagos. Thank you very much, Lekon from Lagos. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solo.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
I'm Edward calling from Sango.
Edward from Sango. Okay, talk to us, sir.
Yeah, see, in this discussion, this discrimination out of sort of thing happening. You see, this, so I have some people mentioning kingship or answering SMD. That one is their personal issue. But there is some discrimination that goes to the national issue, which needs to be addressed. If we watch very well, you will see that during 2023 elections, they direct some people not to come out to vote. And up to now, I'm talking now, that matter has not been fully addressed. They don't pass it one side to be used in 2027 again. You see, when we want to talk about national unity, let us talk about that national unity with equity and justice. Let us know that this nation did not belong to some particular group of people. If we look, I am an Igbo man. I've been in this Lagos for a longer period, and I know what is happening here. There's a lot of discrimination. When we enter into politics, it is as if Igbos are nowhere to be seen. So when we talk about something, and if we want to correct this thing, the easiest way to correct it is to make sure that electoral voting is is in place before 2027. I know why I'm hinting electoral voting. The court of the nation supposed to sign it into law that when the elections is not being followed well, it must be cancelled outright, so that is the major way to select leaders. Look at Obi now have bringing hatred. And what is the hatred? The hatred now is that he want to participate in to rule this country. You know, they say if you never be second to Atiku, nowhere. Obi don't tell you that he want to be spare tool or spare tire to become a vice. So he want to be on top, and they have narrated how to make this country okay. So when we want to talk about this equity and justice, let us reason in a way it's supposed to be. Okay. And anytime they do protests of this electronic something now, maybe there's a national protest. Look at this government; they would like to stop it, and they know that is a way to go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, this is the last caller. Let me read one or two other messages left here, and I'll be signing off. Good afternoon. There is no tribe that doesn't have a king or leaders in other countries and other people's land. The man that are called claiming Igbo is either a never. The man that called claiming Igbo is either a never do well Igbo or not an Igbo. We have Yoruba Oba in Igbo land, and we have evidence that we have Hausa's king too. It's because those people taking titles are wealthy. That's what brings envy. Any Igbo that commits crime outside Igbo land should be prosecuted, and titles has nothing to do with that. From Chief Udo. Oh, okay. He even sent us a picture of a Yoruba Oba in an Igbo land. Okay. All these countries, we have Chinese, Lebanese, and Indians doing even better and using security operatives to suppress the citizens, and yet they only see Igbos and their problem. We have Chinese village, Indian village in Lagos and all over Africa. Why attack only Igbos? Well, that's a very valid question, though. Good afternoon, King Solomon. I don't know why people will leave the topic of discussion and start saying another thing. The northern leaders should be blamed for their marginalization. From Architect Edward. Thank you very much, Architect Edward. Okay, this is where we sign off for today. Thank you very much for being part of the show. Thank you for those that called and contributed via phone calls, via WhatsApp, and even our live stream on YouTube. Thank you for all your contributions. It's always a pleasure owning the mic and talking on this station, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, talking on the program The Matters, and of course listening to you calling and reading your messages. Tomorrow is another day. Same station, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Same program, Matters, and same time, 1:30 p.m. Join us again tomorrow. Do follow all our social media handles at VOP903 FM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, VOP903 FM. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening. I am Solomon of FM. Bye-bye.